This song is gnarly. And everyone who hears it thinks it's dumb. Like, it has meaningless lyrics and no substance. It's basically just noise. But I think it's genius. And I felt so strongly about that I actually hand wrote an essay about it. I think Gnarly has the most misunderstood lyricism, so we need to talk about what everyone is getting wrong about it. Like, the song is pulling from several different art movements, one of them literally 100 years old. If this song isn't art, I don't know what is. And you're probably asking, hey Dania, oh ye of sound mind and rational thinking, how can you possibly think that this seemingly gibberish song is actually good? Let's look at the lyrics we're working with here. Hottie hottie, like a bag of takis. I'm the shit, making beats for a boring dumb gnarly. Gnarly. Okay, I get it. I get why you hear this and think there's nothing there. On the surface, sure, sounds like nothing. But let me give you some context. One of the co-writers on this song is Alice Longyu Gao. They were born in China and moved to the US at 17 to study philosophy at Boston University. Alice has since become a pioneer of the hyper-pop genre. Their latest EP is literally called Assembling Symbols into My Own Poetry. And if you don't know what hyper-pop is, it's been described as post-internet music. It takes the artificial parts of pop and turns them up to an extreme level. It's cartoonish, blown out, excessive. American songwriter has called it a late-stage capitalism dystopia vibe, and NPR has referred to it as the sound of the dissociated online self. So this is not some random songwriter. This is someone with a philosophy degree who has deliberately chosen a genre built on excess, absurdity, and late-stage capitalism critique as their medium. They know what they're doing. So the story behind Gnarly is that Alice was learning to speak English and ran into the word gnarly, but they couldn't quite figure it out because it seemed to describe everything. Good things are gnarly, bad things are gnarly, extreme, cool, disgusting things are gnarly. And they made a song about it. So while everyone's looking at these lyrics thinking, oh, there's nothing to interpret, I look at them and I see so much to interpret. Let me show you what I mean. The first line of the song is, they could describe everything with one single word, gnarly. It's a word that applies to everything but commits to nothing. So in essence, the word is meaningless, which is the whole point. Let's look at what the song has chosen to describe as gnarly. Fried chicken. It's engineered in factory farms, pumped full of God knows what. We don't even know if it's actually food anymore. That's gnarly. Tesla. Self-driving cars made by a CEO who guts public programs through a department called Doge without being elected. Gnarly. We are living in the stupidest timeline. Each thing is more absurd than the last. So when the reality you're trying to describe is itself incoherent, a word with an incoherent meaning is the only word that really fits. Take a look at how the song is structured. Boba tea, gnarly. Tesla, gnarly. Fried chicken, gnarly. Party in the Hollywood Hills. Everything's gnarly. That's a TikTok feed. Think about what scrolling actually feels like. Scrub Daddy ad, swipe. Child starving in Gaza, swipe. Chichipitis mukbang, swipe. The US is invading Minneapolis, swipe. Scrub mommy ad, swipe. You get hit with all of that information in just 5 seconds. There's no context, there's no transition. It's just next, which is how the song Gnarly moves. Boba tea, next. Tesla, next. Fried chicken, next. The word gnarly is representing the swipe to the next thing. Every single thing gets the same one-word response, gnarly, regardless of what it is. The same way every piece of content on your feed gets the same half second of attention, regardless of whether it's an ad for a snack or a genocide. The song isn't describing the scroll, it is the scroll. It's structured like the feed itself. It's bite-sized, contextless content, streamlined straight to your brain. And it is absurd, it's crazy making. It's gnarly. When everything around you is this absurd, sincerity doesn't work anymore. Earnestness is hyper-optimized into slop. A very honest response to a moment this ridiculous is to go, yeah, everything is gnarly. Oh my god, is this real? If that's the background for how the song was written, how does KATSEYE themselves fit into this? KATSEYE, the group, came out of a survival show. The journey was documented on Popstar Academy on Netflix. You can watch them get assembled. They don't write their own songs, they don't choreograph their own dances, and they don't pretend to. There's a mythology built around their artistry or creative vision. The curtain was pulled back from day one. So then you zoom out and look at what KATSEYE actually is. Hybeck Skeffen's vision was for them to be a global pop group. Not American pop and not K-pop, but global pop. There's this tweet that goes, this is what happens when you raise American girls to copy Korean girls, copying American girls, copying Black American girls. Now the tweet isn't exactly right, like 3 of them are raised in America but have roots elsewhere, and the other 3 were not raised here, they were raised in other parts of the world, so they are a genuinely global group. But the machine behind them, Geffen, which is the American half of the Hybeck Skeffen, is American. So looking at it from that lens, the tweet does kind of nail it. The culture is eating itself in layers. American companies are borrowing from Korean pop companies, who themselves borrowed from American pop, who themselves appropriated Black American music and culture. There's this process of recycling and repackaging over and over, culture until you can't trace where it even started. Look at the lyric, gang, 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 gang. That's clearly not something that's part of any of these girls' vernacular. It's not their culture, but it's in the song. Because by the time it's passed through the pipeline, from black culture to American pop to K-pop, back to a global pop group, the origin has been completely erased and without credit. Now, did the song intend to comment on that? Maybe not, but I think so. And it's the same pipeline that AI runs on. Real writers, artists, and creators made work, and that work got scraped, stolen without their credit, and fed into machines that regurgitate it and repackage it as their own. So it's the same pipeline. Take from the people who made it, strip them out of it, and sell what's left. Again, Alice Gao said that the inspiration for Gnarly was that they were learning English. And why were they learning English? Because that's what a globalized culture demands. You have to learn the dominant language so that you can participate. So you can make a product that the wealthy cultural imperialist class wants and will pay for. And this process of learning English is in the song. Listen to this line closely. Gnarly. It sounds like someone learning a new word. They're practicing it, stumbling over it, repeating it until they get it right. Gnarly. The chorus is performing the experience of learning English and encountering a word for the first time, rather than being nonsense. Okay, so the word is a mirror, the group is a mirror, but I still haven't explained the smartest, dumbest lyric of all. Hottie, like a bag of takis, I'm the shit. This might be my favorite line. Okay, think about what takis actually are. They're an ultra-processed, hyper-palatable snack food, engineered in a lab to be as addictive as possible. They contain maximum flavor and zero nutrition. You eat them because you can't stop, but your body is getting nothing from it. But in this song, Gnarly, it's a compliment. You want to be the takis. Being hot, desirable, and the shit is being compared to being a snack food that's been scientifically optimized to make you crave it. Irresistible, but ultimately empty. And no one in the song is questioning that. Being takis is not a diss, it's aspirational. The goal is to be the hyper-processed thing that everyone wants to consume, kind of like the hyperpop genre and the KATSEYE group themselves. And it's not just the lyric, look at the music video. They put Yoonche's face in a meat tray, as if she is a chicken from a factory farm, wrapped in plastic with a barcode on it, ready to sell and consume. Think about that pipeline. You take a chicken, you factory farm it, you process it, cut it up, wrap it in plastic, and slap a price tag on it. It's ready to be put on the shelf. Then look at what Hybe x Geffen did. They took these girls and put them in a survival show, had them compete, select them, assemble them into a group, package them, and put them on the shelf for the market to consume. And this imagery from the music video is demonstrating that. Yoonche's face, where the chicken goes, is literally saying, this is what we did to these girls. Farm, process, package, sell. In a song called Gnarly because it is gnarly. You would be lying to me if you said that Gnarly isn't catchy. Okay, Gnarly is addictive, it's catchy, like stupid catchy, even if you didn't like it. You're humming not gnarly. The song is a bag of takis. The takis line isn't just a lyric, it's the song describing itself. It's the song telling you what it is. Hyper-palatable, empty, addictive, overly engineered. And you're consuming it right now. Just like fried chicken and maybe even boba tea, but you can't stop. I've been going on and on about Gnarly for a while, and you might be thinking, okay, maybe it's kind of clever, maybe there's something there. But genius, 100-year-old art movement? Let's talk about it. In 1916, as a reaction to World War I, a group of artists looked at the world and sort of lost it. Rational civilization, all the things people trusted, logic, progress, institutions, had just produced industrial-scale slaughter. At the time, one of the worst things humanity had done to itself. And the artists were like, if this is what rationality gets us, if this is what meaning and order produce, then meaning is a lie. So they started making deliberately meaningless art. Things like nonsense poems, random collages, anti-art. They called it dadaism. And one of them, Tristan Tzara, proposed literally cutting words out of a newspaper, pulling them randomly from a bag, and calling that poetry. It surrenders authorial intention to let meaninglessness become the art. Now hold that thought and come back to Gnarly with me. A songwriter is learning English. They find one word that means everything and nothing. They write a song about it, and they surrender meaning, surrender authorial control, then hands it to a group who didn't write it, and the whole thing goes viral. That's Tzara's bag of newspaper words 100 years later, made for YouTube and TikTok. Contradicting myself from earlier, maybe not Gnarly is not supposed to represent anything. It's just reveling in its meaninglessness. Making beats for a boring, dumb Gnarly. Don't talk to me. You're gnarly. I'm not. That is absurdist art. Dadaism was born in a time when the systems people trusted produced garbage. Gnarly exists in a moment where the systems we've trusted, algorithms, platforms, the music industry, our government, the elite class, are producing takis, AI slop, and genocide. When nothing means anything anymore because everything's been engineered to perform, absurdity is a pretty good response. Gnarly is proudly, aggressively, joyfully absurd. It might be the smartest, dumbest pop song song of the decade. Okay, so I've been building this layered argument where there's a version of everything I said where none of it was on purpose. Maybe Alice just liked the word, and the Hyback Scaffing Committee and algorithms made a catchy song, and the girls are just performing a random track. Maybe everything I just spent talking about was an accident. That idea kind of terrified me, and I had to sit with it for a little bit. The conclusion I came to is that if it is an accident, then this machine is producing art that mimics the 100-year-old anti-art movement without anyone at the wheel deciding that. The optimization engine, the committees, the algorithm accidentally created a 2020 form of dadaism without meaning to and without knowing what that even is, which is way scarier to me than if it was on purpose. Before the advent of modern day LLMs, there was this thing called the Turing test. It was used to ask the question, can you tell if something was made by a machine or a human? Can you recognize intention and feel authorship? As of the 2023 release of ChatGPT, we're already at the point where we can't tell the difference. Some content is so obviously AI slop, but a lot of other content is actually hard to determine if a human made it. Gnarly could be pre-AI era AI music. Before the machines are performing artists themselves, the system is producing songs that sound like no human authored them with meaning. Which begs the question, is this intentional? I think so. I genuinely think so. Remember who wrote this song? Alice Longyu Gao, who has a degree in philosophy. The pioneer of a genre about pushing music to its most extreme and absurd limits. I don't think any of this was an accident. I think they were all clear, deliberate artistic choices. But if they weren't, then we're already living in a time where machines can create the art and nobody can tell the difference. Either way, that's pretty gnarly. And I just want to say that everything I described, the hyper-palatability and the engineered meaninglessness, it worked. You're hooked. The song is catchy. At the very least, you've been saying nah, 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 gnarly. The thing that means nothing has colonized your brain. The song is what it describes and is what it's critiquing. It's not pointing at meaninglessness. It is meaningless. It's not pointing at hyper-palatability. It is hyper-palatable. And it's not critiquing the machine. It is the machine. And you consumed it. Or at least I did. That's the most gnarly thing about it. Like a bag of takis, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Not gnarly.